Hello everyone, welcome back to Preparation Katta. I am Rahul Sir, and today we are going to master a topic that is often misunderstood as just addition and division. So I am talking about the averages. Okay, so this is the average masterclass where we will solve the problems without any addition. Okay, we'll see the 15 years of previous year questions from MPSC, UPSC, SSC. Okay, in school, we were taught average is equals to sum divided by total number. But in a competitive examinations like MPSC or UPSC, if you start adding 10 large numbers, you have already lost the race. Today, I will teach you the deviation method and the balance logic, and we will learn how to find the average without actually doing the heavy calculation. Let's level the field. Always remember, don't be afraid to be the average student today. As long as you have extraordinary consistency, the topper isn't the one who is the smartest. Okay, the topper is the one who never stopped showing up. Now, let's see the core formula and the logic. In a traditional way, what we say average is equals to sum of observations divided by number of observations. But what is our way? Our way is pick an assumed average. What we will do? A pick an assumed average, a round number generally, okay, a round number generally, and find how much each value deviates from it. And we call it as a deviation method. Okay, and the net deviation divided by n gives us the correction. We will see in problems how to use this way. Okay, practically you will understand that thing. Now, consecutive numbers, right? Consecutive numbers like 1 2 3 4, the numbers which are coming consecutively. So let's say if the numbers are in arithmetic progression, the average of those numbers will be equals to first number plus last number divided by 2. Okay, remember this. Now let's start with the 15-year PYQ examples, and we will see those examples type wise. The very first type is the basic and consecutive numbers. So this question was asked in UPSC 2020. The question says the average of 5 consecutive odd numbers. So what it is saying, odd integers is 61. So this is 61 and it is saying 5, okay, consecutive odd numbers. So 61 is at the middle. That means here 63 and 65, and here 59, 57, right? So this series. What is the difference between the highest and the lowest integer? So this is the lowest integer, this is the highest integer, and the difference between these two is 8. And hence option number B is correct. So have you seen the examples are very simple, and this is from UPSC. Okay, let's move to the next example from similar type. Okay, so the second question is asked in MPSC combined examination, and it is saying find the average of first 50 natural numbers. Okay, now here we are not going to do 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus and so on till 50, right? The natural number series is starting from 1 2 3 4 divided by total number of observations 50, and then find that value. So these calculations at all not needed. Okay, so whenever there is a question, okay, find the average of first, let's say 10 numbers, 20 numbers, 50 numbers, any number. So in that case, the average is equals to n plus 1 divided by 2. So now how we have arrived to this formula? Okay, so that we will see in the simplification chapter, but let's understand why this. So let's see for first three natural numbers what will be the average. Okay, first three natural numbers, 1 plus 2 plus 3 divided by total number 3. Okay, so what it will be? It will be like 6 divided by 3 and it will be 2. Now try to put it in this formula. So what is n? That means total numbers, right? 1, 2, 3. So this is 3 plus 1 divided by 2. That means 4 divided by 2 and that is equals to 2. Now have you seen these answers are same? So similarly, now tell me for first 50 natural numbers what will be the average, right? So average of any, let's say first 10, 15, 20, anything. Now here it is asking for 50, so n is equals to 50. So 50 plus 1 divided by 2, and that is equals to 51 divided by 2, and that is equals to 25.5. What is the option? This option number B, and hence option number B is correct. Now let's move to the next type of problem. Okay, the type is inclusion, or let's say new member joins. So in this case, always remember the logic here is new equals to old average plus increase or times new total strength. Now we will see how to solve this. So the problem which we have took is from MPSC Rajyaseva 2021. Now what it is saying, the average age of 24 students is 15 years, right? So number of students. So what is the traditional method? So here I will write the traditional method and then we will solve with the R method. Okay, in traditional method what you will do, so you will do key the average age of 24 students is given. That means the number of students are given, right? And number of students, how many students are given? Total 24. And then the average is also given, right? Average, that is equals to 15 years. If the teacher's age is included, now we are adding teacher, right? That means number, total number will become how much? Number of students plus it will become teacher, right? That number will become 25. The average will be increased by 1 year. What will be the new average here? Now it will be increased by 1 year, then it will be 16 years. And then it is asked what is teacher's age. Okay, and then you will say ki what is teacher's age. Okay, how you will solve in traditional method? What you will do ki first, you know, okay, for summation I am just writing this symbol. So we know ki average is equals to summation of observation divided by total number of observations, right? Now if I keep it like in the first thing, then we know this average. Okay, average is given 15. This summation we don't know, but the total number of students are 24, right? Now here in the next let's say given data, what you will say, okay, this average is now becomes 16 years, and that will be equals to, now in this summation we will add teacher's age, right? Teacher's age, right? Summation is of student's age, right? Teacher's age divided by total number of observation. Here in student you will add a teacher as well, so total number of observations are 25. Now this sum, what you will do, this sum you will calculate from here. You will put this value here. Now the only unknown is teacher's age, and from that you will find the teacher's age, right? So let's complete the traditional way so that you will understand ki how much time it will take to complete this, right? So now tell me what is the summation value here. So summation value, it will be 15 into 24. For now we will keep it as it is. Okay, so 15 into 24 we will keep it here. So now what will happen, this 25 will come here. So 16 into 25, that is equals to, now summation is 15 into 24, right? 24 and plus teacher's age. So I am now just saying teacher's age, right? Now tell me what will be the teacher's age. How you will solve this? This 16 into 25 minus 15 into 24. So if you are getting like, don't multiply big numbers, huh? Let's say here I am seeing 5 as a common, right? So here 16 into 5, it will remain as it is. Here 3 into 24, right? So it will become 80 minus this is 12, it is 72, right? So 80 minus 72 is nothing but 8 into 5, it is 40, and hence the teacher's age is 40, and you will take the option number B. Right, option number B is correct. Now you understood how big the traditional method is. Now we are not going to do this method in the examination. If you are starting doing such or if you are started following such methods in the examination, it will be very very difficult you to complete the number of problems within a given period of time. Okay, now what I will do, I'll just erase the portion of, let's say, given data, and we will try to solve the problem with our method. Now what is our method? So I'll just change the color, okay, and we will solve it by our method, let's say green method. Hmm? So now here what we will do, the average of age of 24 students is given, right? Average age of 24 students is 15 years. If the teacher's age is included, the average will increase by 1 year, right? There were 24 number of students. The average is increased by 1 year, right? So 24 plus 1 is how much? 25 years itself it's coming there, right? And earlier average was how much? It was 15. And if you do this summation, so it is 550 and 224. Okay, what is the answer? 40. Okay, and earlier the answer was same, 40, right? Now tell me how much time and space are required. Nothing, right? So I'll explain it again. The earlier the students were 24, right? When teacher added, the total number of students become, okay, 25, right? And now it is saying the average is increased by 1. That means each of the students is gaining, one, uh, let's say, age. So add that age, right? So 24 plus 1, it is 25, right? And how much was the average? Earlier average, it was 15, and we will add that. So 25 plus 15 is equals to 40, and that is our average, right? So similar way, let's solve the next problem as well. Okay, here I already explained it for the other batch, but let's say how much time it will take. Okay, the average weight of 19 people, right? Here 19 people, it was 74 kg. A new person joins and the average become 75 kg. Here 1 kg added, right? It is 1 kg added. The weight of the new person. Now tell me what will be the weight of new person. Here earlier people were 19. The one person extra joining, it becomes 20, right? Earlier average was 74, and hence tell me 20 plus 74 is how much? 94 kg, and hence the option number B is correct. How much time it took? Nothing, right? So what you have to do is, what is the average weight is given. Okay, if what is the difference in the average? Here it was increased by 74 to 75, we will add. If it is increasing by 2, we will add that number, and then we will add the earlier average. Okay, earlier average, and the summation is nothing but 94. Okay, so this way we have to solve the problem. Now let's move to the type number 3. So type number 3 is exclusion. Let's say some member is living in that case. So this question was asked in UPSC CSAT 2018. Let's try to understand the question first. The average age of family of 4 members is 18 years. 4 members is 18 years. If the grandfather lives, here the one person is living, hence the total remaining members are 3. The average of the remaining member is decreased by 3 years, right? That means their total 3%, right? Their on an average the age is reduced by 3 years. That means the total reduction is how much? 9 years, right? For 3 members. So 3 into 3 is how much? 9 years it is reduced. Okay, and what was the earlier average? It was 18. Now what is the average? Here it is 9. So 18 plus 9, how much? It is 27, and hence option number A is correct, and hence the grandfather's age is 27, young grandpa. Okay, so this was asked there. So, some persons who found it difficult, they have by default put it as 40 because at age of 40, they can consider it as a grandpa, but it's no way. Okay, so this was like a very good problem. So, this cannot be a grandfather's age, but it's okay. Okay. Now let's try to move to the next problem, which is problem number 6. Okay. The average marks of 10 students is 60. Here again, average marks of 10 students is 60. So the one student leaves. Now here, one student is leaving. Total number of students will become 9. The average becomes 62. Here the average is increased by 2. You are getting my point. The average is increased by 2. That means per for entire 9 students, it will be 18, right? Now tell me how we used to do it. This plus this we used to do it, right? Now tell me, here is that possible? No. Why? Because here the average is becoming 62. Here the average is increasing when we are taking out the students. Here the average is increasing when we are taking out the students. Then that means we have to subtract these two. You're getting the logic, right? Then 16 minus 18 is how much? 42. And hence option number A is correct. You got this point. This is very, very good example from Maharashtra Forest Services, right? So here what we did here, we have added. Why we have added? Because the grandfather was living and the average was also reducing. So both were like leaving and reducing. Minus minus, you can assume it as plus. So here it was coming as plus. But here the student was leaving, but the average was increasing. Minus plus combination is always minus. Remember this. Okay. And with the examples only, we are learning these types. In examination, you have to recall such kind of things. Okay. And then 16 minus 18, we have calculated it as 42. Even if you, let's say, if you have like such good options, you will know, okay, we have learned summation no, but summation no option, let's do minus and 42 this way. But that is totally a guess, right? It is not a proper method of solving. What is proper method of solving? So plus plus, it is plus, plus minus or minus plus, it is minus, and minus minus, it is again plus. So this is very basic mathematics, right? So this way you have to remember the things. Now let's move to the next type. So here the type 4 is about a replacement. Okay, we have already seen the two problems: addition of a member, removal of a member. Now here it is a replacement of a member. Okay, now what it is saying, the average weight of 8 men increased by 2.5 kg when a new man replaces the one who weighs 65 kg. Find the weight of the new man. Now here earlier there were 8 men. Okay, there was something average, let's say average, but now this average is increased by 2.5 kg, and this 2.5 kg is for 8 men's, right? So now 8 into 2.5 is become what? 16 plus 4, 20, right? So 8 into 2.5 is 20. Now the 20 weight is increased for 8 number of persons. Okay, but what was the weight of person who left? It was 65 kg, right? That means he added total 20 weight to the 65 kg person, and hence the weight of the new man is how much? So it is 85 kg, and hence the option number C is correct. Okay, similar logic, it is just a replacement. You have to find out how much total weight was added, and from that total weight, okay, what was the left person's weight, and that summation is nothing but 85. Okay, so let's see the similar type of example which was asked in banking and IBPS PO. So the average of 10 numbers is 30. Later, it was found that 45 was misread as 25. Find the correct average. Very, very good problem. Now tell me the correct way, sorry, the correct is what? 20 more than wrong, right? How I have did that? Because 45 was misread as 25. That means the correction between these two numbers is 20, right? That means the 20 was missed while calculating the average itself. The logic you understood, right? Now tell me what will be the increase in the average, because here the average is of 10 numbers, so we are adding 20 for 10 numbers. That means the average will increase by 2. What is the current average? It is 30. Now it will increase by 2. Then what will be the new average? It will be 32. And hence this was what we were looking for. And hence option number A is correct. You understood the logic, right? Because 45 was misread as 25. Okay, that means we have missed the calculation of 20 for 10 numbers. Hence on an average it was decreased by 2, right, earlier, but now we have added that. So existing with the previous one was 30, we just added this 2 as an average. New becomes 32, and hence option number A is correct. Now let's move to the type number 5. So here this problem is time and distance related. So yes, you have to go through all the videos to understand each and every type. Okay, and this type we might not have covered there in time and distance. Okay, so let's try to solve this problem. And this problem is from UPSC CSAT 2022. A man travels from A to B, okay, at 20 kilometer per hour. Okay, and returns, okay, and it is returning again from B to A at 30 kilometer per hour. Find the average speed. Okay, it is asking for average speed. So most of the students who didn't know this topic, what they will do, they will do 20 plus 30 divided by 2, that means 50 divided by 2, that means 25, and option number B, they'll click like that, and here the things goes wrong. Okay, this is not this way. Now concentrate here on the board. So here, what is the trick? Key whenever there is a type, okay, time and distance related question, we have only one formula. I think this is the number of problems I have taken. Every time I have repeated this statement. If the problem is on time, distance, speed, always write the formula, and that is equals to speed is equals to distance divided by time. Okay, so right now what I will do, S is equals to D by T. Now tell me, can we average the time? Yes, we can. And hence T average is equals to T1 plus T2 divided by 2. This way we can do. Now from this statement, okay, from this formula, can you tell me what is T? T is equals to D by S. Now tell me, the distance between A and B remains constant, right? So here D divided by, okay, here this speed is what? Average speed is equals to, now what is T1? So distance will remain as it is, but the speed will become S1, and this S1 is nothing but 20, which is given. right? So for now, what I will do, I'll derive the formula, because in examination you can directly go ahead with the formula because it is very easy to remember. Okay, if such type of problems occurs, the distance is same and the speeds are different, and if they are asking for average speed, you have to recall the formula. So here again, so it will become d divided by s1 plus d divided by s2 divided by 2 total, right? Now here d is very common, right? So we can strike it down from everywhere, and hence 1 upon s average is equals to, now this 2 will be like this 1 upon 2, right? And here 1 upon s1 plus 1 upon s2. So if you derive it, so s average is equals to, s1 plus s2 divided by 2 into s1 s2, and hence s average is equals to 2 into s1 into s2 divided by s1 plus s2. And hence, what is speed 1? So 2 into what is speed 1? Which is 20. What is speed 2? It is 30. What is speed 1 plus speed 2? 20 plus 30, it is 50. 0, 0 get cancelled, right? 5 fours are 20. So this is for 4 threes are 12 into 2, which is equals to 24. And hence option number A is correct, and not the option number B as per earlier method. Okay, so in examination, what you have to remember, if the distance is same and if they give the two speeds, you can directly utilize this formula. The average speed is equals to 2 times of speed 1 into speed 2 divided by summation of those speeds. So you can directly use this formula, or you can go by this method as well, and you can find out the answer. So either way is okay. If you are remembering this, you will be quickly able to solve this problem and can move to the next problem. Okay, now next is like in the same type. Let's see the next problem. Okay, so here is the next problem which was asked in SSC CGL tier 2 examination. Okay, now here they have given the three speeds 10, 20 and 60, and they asked to find out the average speed. We have already seen k 1 upon not this one. So we have seen t average is equals to t1 plus t2. Now here in this case we have t3, and we have derived one formula, right? Ki s average is equals to 1 upon s1 plus 1 upon s2 plus 1 upon s3, right? For a 3, here is 3. So for 2 already we have calculated. Now this is for 3. Okay, and here as we have 3 speeds, okay, so here it is divided by 3 will come, and hence this 1 by 3 will also come here. This way you have to remember the formula. Okay, now 1 upon s average will become what? It is 1 upon 3. What is 1 upon s1? It is 1 by 10, 1 by 20, 1 by 60. This is 60, right? Now tell me, what is the LCM of these three? It is 60, right? 60, that means here it will become 6, here it will become 3, and here it will become 1. And hence 1 upon S average is equals to 1 by 3 into 6 plus 4 is 10 divided by 60, right? This get cancelled. Okay, and now it is become 1 by 18, and hence S average is equals to, now just inverse, it is 18, right? kmph. Now which is the option? The option number B. Okay, so we have seen the problem number 9. So it is exactly replicating those things. We have utilized the formula from there itself, and we have find this value. Okay, if you are again getting confused here, you can refer to the last problem. Next, let's see the next type of problem. Okay, so here is the next type of problem, which is based on crickets and innings. We have already seen this type of problem where we have seen how the numbers, if some person gets added or some persons get removed. So it is similarly here we are talking about the extra innings. So now let's try to understand this problem. This problem was asked in MPSC Rajyaseva examination. A batsman has earned the a batsman has a certain average of 11 innings, and in the 12th inning he scores 120 runs, okay, 120 runs, and thereby it increases the average by 5 runs. So earlier average was something, right, and now the average is increased by 5 runs. His new average we have to find out. So can you recall exactly such types of problems we have already seen? So for a recall, I'll show you where we have seen. I think at the start itself we have seen those problems here, right, in type 2 inclusion, the new member joins. So here what we did. Okay, so with a traditional method and with a new method we have solved. So in new method, let's see this problem for the time, right? Earlier 19 people were there, now 74, it was just addition of 1. So 19, okay, for 19 it was added by 1, so it becomes 20, and earlier 74 we have added, it becomes 94, right? And how those I have already explained. So now just try to do the similar thing here in this problem. So here average was increased by 5, and earlier how many innings he did? 11. That means on an average how many runs are added for 11 innings? Okay, so for one inning on an average 5, that means for 11 innings on an average 55 runs are added, and this was added by 12th inning score. And what was the 12th inning score? It was 120, right? It was 120, and hence it is asking what is new average. So what will be the new average? It is simply 120 minus 55. Now tell me what is the answer. It is 65, and hence option number B is correct. Okay, so we have seen the traditional method. So same problem we can solve it by traditional method, but this is a very easy solution, quick solution to go ahead with. Okay, now let's see the similar type of problem. So this problem is from UPSC CSAT 2024 pattern. Now what the problem is saying, the average runs of a player in 10 matches is 32. It is similar type of problem. Is the only thing is like it is asked some different things. It is not an average which is asked. The average is given in fact here, and that average they have given, okay, it is increased by 6. So earlier average, so this was average, it was 32. Now how many runs he must score so that average will increase by 6, that is 32 plus 6, right? The average should be increased by this. Now tell me, this was his 10th matches. In 11th match how much runs he should score? Okay, now 6 runs average is increased. That means on an average per match 6 runs are increased, and he played earlier how many matches? 10 matches. So on an average how much increase? 60 increase. Okay, what is the new average? It is 32 plus 6. So what is the new average? It is 38. That means how much runs he should score? So that will be equals to 8 and 9. That means 98 runs he should score so that the average will increase by 6. See, in 2 lines we got the answer. Okay, this is very shortcut method. We call it as a deviation method, right? So that is how we need to solve the problems in examination. Okay, now let's move to the next type. So I named it as an advanced or temperature or some groups because this problem was asked in SSC CGL examination. It is different compared to all other problems. So now what is given? The average temperature of Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. So Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday average temperature, that means divided by 3, is equals to 40 degrees Celsius, that is given. Then Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, okay, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, so that is also given, and that is equals to 42 degrees Celsius, and it is asking what was the temperature on Monday. Right, this is very let's say a simple kind of examination example, right? So now here what they have given, key Okay, I misinterpreted. It is 41 degrees Celsius, and Thursday temperature is given, which is 42 degrees Celsius. Okay, now Thursday, this is given, right? So you can put this value here. Now you will get T plus W from here. You will put T plus W here, and then you will get the value of M, right? So this is a way to solve this problem, right? Easy, looks easy. Now can you please solve and comment your answer? Okay, let's take 2-3 seconds. It should not take more than that. Hmm? You did it. You did it. Okay. Okay, great. Now we I think there is no issue. I think no issue should be for this problem, right? So let's put th is equals to 42. So t plus w plus th is 42 divided by 3 is equals to 41. Okay, now let's find out t plus w. So t plus w is 41 into 3, right, minus this 42, and now this value we will put it in here. So now m plus t plus w is this one, 41 into 3 minus 42, right, divided by 3 is equals to 40, and hence m is equals to 40 into 3, right, minus 41 into 3, and this minus minus will become plus, this plus 42, and hence m is equals to, let's take out 3 common. Okay, this 40 minus 41 will become minus 1 plus 42, and 42 minus 3, what is 42 minus 3? It is 39, and hence option number A is correct, right? Okay, now let's move to the similar type of example. Okay, and in this example what they have given, so this is the problem from MPSC Combine, and the average of 7 numbers is given, okay, which is 30, right? That means you know the R regular formula, right? Average is equals to summation divided by total observations, right? Here the average is given for 7 numbers, so that is 30 is equals to summation divided by total is how much? 7, right? And hence some total summation is equals to 210. You understand this, right? Now the average of first 3 is 25, and last 3 is 35. Then find the fourth number. Very interesting. Okay, now I'll give you a minute. Try to solve this problem. A minute means I will not take a gap of a minute here. Just pause the video here and try to solve the problem. Okay, and for those who are not able to follow, let's solve it together. Okay, so those who not able to solve the problem, so let's see here. Now here how many numbers are given? 7, right? First 3 summations, see, first 3 numbers 1 2 3, that summation is given. We have to ask to find out the fourth number, and 5 6 7, for those also the average is given, right? Now we know the total summation is 210. Now find out for first 3 how much is the summation. So again it is 25 into 3, so it will become 75, right? And for this 5 6 7, okay, this is 35, again 35 into 3, right? 35 into 3, so how much? So 5 3s are 15, and oh, sorry, so 35 into 3, right? So 35 into 3. So 5 3s are 15, and 3 3s are 9 and 10. So 105. So this is 105. This is 75. The total is how much? 210. Now tell me, I have given a very, I'll say a good hint to solve this problem. Okay. So now tell me, what is the summation? This summation is nothing but how much? It is 180, right? The earlier summation was 210. It was a only single number. So can I say 210 minus 180 is nothing but that number, and that number is equals to 30, and hence option number A is correct. So are we writing any formula or something? No. So we are totally running on logic basis, right? Perfect. So this is okay. Now, can we see a last problem, right? Because we have decided to solve 15 PYQs. So let's move to the last type of problem. Okay, and the last type of problem was asked in UPSC CSAT 2019. So I think other students can pause video here and try to solve on their own, because we have seen enough number of problems, and for others they can follow me. Okay, so let's read out the problem. So in a class of 45 students, there are 15 girls and remaining are boys. So it is 30 boys. Okay. Average weight of girls is 45 kg. Fine. And boys is 52 kg. That is also fine. What is the average of whole class? Simple formula, right? Average is equals to summation. Here boys plus girls divided by total boys plus girls, right? Now tell me, what is the summation? Now for 15 girl, what is the total weight? So this is girls, right? So total weight of total girls is equals to 45 is average, right? And there are total 15 girls. So this will become the summation of total weight for girls. Similarly, summation of total weight for boys. So it will become how much? So it will become 52 into total number of boys are 30, and this summation of b plus g we have to add it here. Okay, so here again 52 into 30 plus 45 into 15 divided by what is the total number of boys and girls. So these are 45 which is given, right? 45. So here now to solve, do not do the multiplication here because I can take 15 as common, right? So, or what you can do here directly, 15 twos are 30, 15 ones are 15, 15 threes are 45, right? So now tell me, so 15 twos are, it is 104 plus 45 divided by 3, that is equals to, so 5 4 it is 9, this 4 as it is, this is 149 divided by 3. Now tell me 149 divided by 3, so that is equals to, it is 6 and then it is 9 about, so 49.6, right? 49.6. And what is the nearby average? Okay, so directly option is given, so 49.6. Here also, I mean, if there is no perfect division, because 1 plus 4 is 5, 5 plus 9 is 14, and which is not divisible by 3, you can start looking the, the decimal numbers, and only one option is given, and hence you can tick that option, right? So here is the overall class for average. Okay, and we have seen total 15 number of examples, and hope you have loved this class. If yes, don't like to hit the like button and the subscribe button. Okay, stay tuned for next topic. See you. Bye bye.